Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. And this is it would be a Monday book club if it was Monday, but I'm going to do this as a Friday book club. But I do realise you can watch this any day that you like, so it doesn't really matter what day it is. Anyway, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And this book by Emma Freelander Collins is called 35 Crochet Bags, Colourful Carriers from Totes and Baskets to Handbags and Cases. Okay, so I've had this book for a very long time and I thought, well, if I review this book, let's have a look and see how much it actually costs now. So I think I got this off of Amazon anyway. And the latest price was £1.35 and they only had one left. So if you like what you see, you can pick it up. The original price was £12.99. I didn't pay that. I think I got it off of Amazon some time ago, but it wouldn't have been £1.35, that's for sure. So that's a bargain if the first person who finds it. That's obviously in the UK, but I don't know what the price would be in America or all over the rest of the world. So this is, let's see, shall we? 35 crochet bags, colourful carriers, blah, blah, blah. We had that bit already. This is made by Chico Books, London and New York. So we've got some pictures of some of the bags. Here we go, we've got the contents and a couple more pictures. Now, funnily enough, I've just bought some of these kind of handles for my shop, hobbyrocks.co.uk. I have them in, I want to say black, white and red, but they are similar to that, not the same. And I have been thinking of putting some to use and making a bag of some sort. So we have 3 chapters here. We've got chapter 1, totes and holdalls, chapter 2, bags and handbags, and chapter 3, in your bag. So that kind of means things you put in your bag, I guess, like glasses, cases and cosmetic purses. So this was the cover one. I don't know if it's the first one we come to. Nope, we've got the usual yarn, tension, stitch patterns, reading charts, blocking, equipment, straps and accessories, sewing and stitching, all that kind of, I like to call that waste of space part. But there you go. So we've got some that's made from solid granny squares. We've got one that looks like a old-fashioned shopping basket. We've got baskets. We've got shell patterns. That's a little clumsy looking in my opinion with the chunky, but it might be nice when you actually make it. We've got some shoulder bags. We've got this one. I quite like that one actually. And we've got some others. I like this one. It reminds me of, I don't know, Indians. And I mean, Native Americans, should we call them now? Probably. So this one is a kit bag. It does actually look like a kit bag, doesn't it? So I quite like that. It's nice and simple. It's not hard. It's got a sort of a made base and then you come up from it. So it really does look like one of the old kit bags. They've even put the kind of strap that you might find on a kit bag. We've got a basket. Now, I'm going to be making some baskets soon, I've decided. Now, this one looks quite small. I have made one this size before, funnily enough, and I use it to keep scrap yarns in. And at this precise moment in time, I've no idea where I've put it. This one's called a hipster holdall. And I like that one. I'm not sure about the pattern, but I suppose it does break up the monotony of the same stitch over and over again, which is so far really all we've seen, isn't it? This one is a chunky envelope rucksack. So that's actually quite an interesting take on a rucksack, making it an envelope. They've got the rucksack straps that are actually crocheted as well. And there it is. That's what it looks like when it's up on the front. I mean, don't have to use that colour yarn. Might be quite interesting to make that one. We've got maxi striped tote. So this again is quite a simple design. It looks like there's no bottom. I made one like that some time ago. About 2 pages? No, it's very thick all of a sudden. Tassel tote, this is called. Obviously, it's got the tassels. This is the one that I said reminded me of Native American bags. I don't know why. As if I'd ever seen any, apart from in old movies. And who knows if that was authentic. So we've got even a bag adornment to make with this one. I like having some adornments. We've got charts in this book, which I like, as you know. Chic shopping tote, they call this. Excuse me. I think it looks a little kind of clumsy and unfinished around this bit here. I think if it was me, I'd be inclined to make it all one colour so that you don't see that. That looks a little messy, but, you know, it's just a matter of colours. And then we've got this one, which is the granny square. Well, it's actually not, it's a solid granny square. And you can do a big one that goes around. You can see it more on this picture here. And then you've got the small ones, and then on the other side you've got a big one and small ones. If you don't like all different sizes, you could just make it square and out of one type. This is called a spotty satchel. There we go, there's the spotty satchel. At least it's a nice pattern this time, when I'm in stitch, obviously, stitch pattern. And we've got something other than just row after row like this. So there we go. And it is lined. Oh, no, that's a bit on the vibrant side, isn't it? This is called Totally Hot, and it's made with a Lion Brand chunky. I quite like it, actually. I like the way it's sort of finished off. I think if it was me, I'd have done it in black just to make it really pop, though. Okay, so we've got more bags, and I think we've gone on to the handbag section, yeah. That's what this is all about. So we've got blue block bag. They do like these kind of patterns, don't they, where it looks like triangular. That's actually, is that a knit stitch? Or is it just a UK double crochet, single crochet in the US? It's kind of interesting. And then we've got this one, which is a party clutch. That's made with some kind of t-shirt yarn that looks like it's got pictures on. Yeah, they've got flowers on the t-shirt yarn. So maybe this is homemade t-shirt yarn. Or let's see. It was probably out of stock a long while ago, whatever it was. So it's no point in looking, really, is there? This is called the Aztec shoulder bag. It does have a bit of patterning. It's got some lovely colours in it. And some, they must have sourced these really nice handles, which are just leather. Now, I know I used to sort of go to Camden Market quite a lot when I was young, and there was a leather goods place in there where you could take your stuff and he would mend it as well. It was absolutely amazing. And they used to have all these sort of things for you to buy. It's hard to find that sort of thing these days, but I guess you can always look online. So we've got a chart for this one as well, nice and bright and cheerful. Now we've got another basket. This is called a foraging basket. So if you were out collecting mushrooms or whatever, that would be the one for you. Personally, I'd just put yarn balls in it, you know. Not a forager, really. Used to be. My dad and I used to go out mushroom collecting and all sorts. This is called the apple shoulder bag. Now, I just think it looks like a face. I know they're meant to be apple pips now, I've seen that. But to me, it looks like a face. All it needs is a smile. And that would be quite a cool thing if they put that as a smile. It doesn't have to be an apple, does it? In fact, it needs to have a line down the front. Has it got one? Have I mistaken? That's just the join, I think. Anyway, they've called it apple. I think it looks like a face. This is called the berry handbag, and I like this one. I like the pattern. The fact that the bottom's got a different pattern and this part where the handle is. And as I said, I've got some handles along those lines in my shop now. Incidentally, there's a link in the bottom to my shop if you haven't found it already, hobbyrocks.co.uk. This is the one, this is called Craft Carrier. It's got the bow on the front, one that we saw on that picture. There it is. That's quite cute, isn't it? You could put your projects in there. That's quite a nice one to take around with you. It's funny, though, that it's a crocheted bag but we've got knitting needles sticking out of it. Not crochet hooks, which... you know, never mind. Like, we're all, not of us are multi-craftal. I've just invented a new word there, guys. This is called the retro clutch. And, well, I don't know what's retro about it, really. It's just, it's like a clutch bag, but with a little ziggy-zag. I like the skulls, though. I do have to say. Now, I've just recently made some new stitch markers for I popped them in my orders, and they are of skull candy. I sent out my first one today. This one's called Peachy. I quite like that. Or it doesn't really need the leaf and the stalk, in my opinion. I know they want it to look like a peach, but at the end of the day, it's just a bag, you know, and I think I prefer it without it looking like a peach. But on the back, we have this yarn obviously changes colour. I don't suppose the yarn exists now, so there's no point worrying about this. This is called a candy skull bag, and I quite like this. Now, I was going to make a skull candy bag, funnily enough, and here's one, but mine, I couldn't figure out a pattern that I wanted to make, so I never did do it. But I started that idea when I first started my channel, and I said I was going to make something for Halloween. That was what it was going to be, and never came off. We've got a chart for this rose if you wanted to put that on another adornment. I don't know if it really looks rosy when you see it up close with the stitches. This is called the Little Kitty, so if you wanted to make this for a young person, that would be great, wouldn't it? I don't know about the felt eyes, and I think I'll have to put either proper eyes on it or make eyes. I don't like felt on it. This is called a Scout Pocket Bag. So we've got some C and H on this, but do we have? Yes, we do. Look, we have the chart for all of the letters, which would be invaluable if you were making something with letters. So if you wanted to make a subscribe cushion, for instance, you've got the charts for all of the letters, which I know you can get online, but still. This one I like, the mini satchel. It looks like knitted rib. I do like that. That is kind of cool. And they've lined it with photography stuff. But I like that. I'm not sure about the satchel straps. I know it is a satchel. But I think if you made this and then you just put a different kind of clasp on it, it might be a nice handbag. You know, it's a basic-y one. So these are the things that go in your bag. So we've got phone cases, glasses cases, and tablet cases, and a little coin purse. We've got a little pocket thingy for your hooks. So these are quite snazzy. This is the zigzag glasses case. The only thing wrong with making glasses cases is there's so many bits that get caught actually in it. I've never really liked putting mine in one. Unless you line it, then you can't really do it up so well as well. This is called the cosmetic purse. Another little note on glasses. I have nice glasses, so I like to keep them safe. And I don't think they're very safe from being sat on or anything. Nothing's safe from me sitting on it, mind you. So this is a cosmetics purse. And again, you could make this as a bag. There's nothing to say you can't put a strap on that instead. I like the fact that it's got a little adornment as well. It's not just a basic boring stitch either, and it does have some nice bits and bobs in. So there we go. I said bits and bobs. I know there's a few of you love that when I say that. This is another glasses case called Spring Glasses Case. We've got some hearts charts as well, which are transferable to anything else. So this is the Strawberry Coin Purse, and it is zipped. You can see there's a zip all around here, so it needs a little bit of a skill level, in other words, that you can put a zip in. And they're not as hard as you think they are. Retro Racer phone case. I don't know why it's called a Retro Racer, but there we are. And it's got a bit of a staggered stripe. Whether that was intentional or not, I don't know, but I guess it is. I'm not sure about that. I always feel like when you see things like that, it looks like you don't know what you're doing. But I would be inclined to put a button there so it would actually look like a feature. If I had the same colour button as this, it would be perfect, wouldn't it? It's amazing how these things give you kind of ideas, isn't it? I mean, not to say that mine's an improvement on it, but it does. It gives you inspiration, which is why I like the books and why I like the magazines. However, I don't subscribe to as many as I used to because they are just too expensive now. This is a corner-to-corner card wallet. So there you can see over this side with the cards kind of sticking out. It's not like a card wallet that has places for your cards. So you could use it as a coin purse if you really wanted to. It doesn't have to be a card wallet. So we've got the Foxy Crochet Carry Case. So this is for our crochet hooks. As you can see, they're sticking out. And it has a sewn-in liner, which I dare say is where all of the, you just sew this. So obviously you'd need a level of sewing. But I will say that one of the first things that I saw on YouTube was Nastasia.com made a case for crochet hooks where all this inside was crocheted. Now, I won't say it's an absolutely easy beginner's project because I've never done it, but you don't. If you wanted to, you could kind of follow that principle and make a crocheted insert rather than the sewn one. It does look nice. It looks more finished, I guess. But there you go, and less bulky. A little purse, but this time you've got to know how to put it onto this snap. I do have one of these, funnily enough, that came free in a magazine. It's obviously plastic. Now this one's called Geometric Pencil Case, but obviously you can put makeup in it, you can put hooks in it. You don't have to put pencils in, but I guess it's just another thing to say that you've made something. But obviously, again, a skill level involved because the lining comes up and then you put the zip in. Or cheats way in. You can just buy one of these cloth bags with a zip and then make the outside and sew it to it. That's probably where I'd go with it because I'm lazy. I don't mind admitting it. This is an e-reader case, so obviously for your Kindle or your tablet. And, you know, these are all different sizes, aren't they? So you've got to just try and make it your size. Would be a bit harder to transfer that, I think. Unless you kind of used to that and know what you're doing with it. Has that got 2 pages? I think I have. There we are. This time I did. So this is techniques. We're at the back where we've got that obligatory bit of technique in. What have we got? Holding the hook. Oh, my goodness. And holding the yarn. That's not how I hold my yarn, and I've been doing it since I was 6, so just ignore this page. I really don't like it when they try and teach you to suck eggs. And I don't loop it over that finger either, and there's a reason for it. I loop it between these two so I can open and close them, and it gives me my tension. I can make it tight or not, and it's ever so easy, and it's slippy, and I like it that way. My mum did it that way, obviously, and that's how I got taught. So yeah, I just think you don't need to be following these silly little pages. I think, you know, if you're going to be making bags, you're buying a book, you're not going to learn how to do basic stuff in a book like this. You should already know when you're buying a book, and if not, there's always YouTube to help, and it's easier to see it than on a page or two. So these are I guess, the obligatory bits that they feel they have to put in. Sewing on buttons and lining a bag with fabric. I think that's probably harder than that looks, to be honest with you. Just saying. And then we go straight on to changing colours and tapestry and stuff like that. So embroidery. Telling you how to do the back stitch, the chain stitch and the cross stitch. Well, I learned that at school, but it's a long while ago. We've got the abbreviations and the conversion chart, and then we've got suppliers. We don't need that because they're all out of stock of all this stuff because it's not new. We've got the index and acknowledgements. I don't know what that is, just Chico books. So this is a little bit about her and another book that she's made, and I like these bits because if you are making something from the book, you can put it in and it keeps your place. It doesn't keep it very nicely, but it does actually serve as a little bookmark if you need it. So that is 35 bags, colourful carriers, from totes and baskets to handbags and cases. Tell me what you think, and if £1.35 or whatever I said in the beginning floats your boat, there is one available to the first person who finds it if you really want it. Okay, so thank you for watching, and like I said in the beginning, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.